Yeah, I mean, welcome everybody, and thank you for hosting me for tonight. And it's very important for me to be here for the message of the Palestinians as well. For me, as from DR Dance Theater, as one who works in Bethlehem, I am a journalist. But in my free time, I do theater, and my theater, DR Dance Theater, is a group of volunteers from all over Bethlehem. When I say all over Bethlehem, that means it's Beit Sahur, Bethlehem, and Beit Jala, the area of Bethlehem. We gather together in the place, DR, in our free time, and we are all volunteers. You will find some of us are journalists, some of us are students in the university or in the school. Some of us are doctors, engineers. So what we think, it's we gather together for making theater, and it's dancing theater.
When did you start?
We started in 2009, and that was by the end of the second Intifada in Palestine. And it was not easy to start doing theater while there is Intifada, because it's really hard to do theater and dancing in the middle of the war. It was a challenge for us as DR Dance Theater to make theater and dancing in the middle of the war, while outside there's people killing or maybe suffering. We are trying to give so many things during theater and speak about our suffer, our feelings, and doing theater in Bethlehem, the Holy Land.
So, and how's the process of your work there? I mean, you said you're all journalists, doctors, engineers, students. How do you work? Is it also, has it a collective structure, or how is the working process if you develop subjects?
Yeah. If it's working inside Bethlehem, it's very easy. You can get to work anytime if it's easy. But if you are working in another city, this is very hard, because you have to cross every day maybe 1 or 2 checkpoints. When I say checkpoints, it's an Israeli checkpoints. They check us, and sometimes you wait on the checkpoint for an hour for no reason. If you go very late to your work, guys, it's very easy in Palestine. Everybody accepts it, because you can easily say, I was in the checkpoint.
So if you sleep in, it's also a good excuse.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's not an excuse, because everybody, even your manager, will be waiting 1 hour on the checkpoint. So if he's late, you can tell him why you're late. He say, I've been in the checkpoint or something. Yeah, it's easy to say it, but it's really, sometimes we waste so many time on the checkpoints for checking. Sometimes you show your ID, sometimes they check you all, and waiting, it's very normal. When we finish the second Intifada, when I say we finish it, it's not finished yet, but I mean the tension, the shooting, the really hard time, it's finished. But we're still facing the suffer time. If you live in Bethlehem, that means you live in a big prison.
Yeah, that's where you can see the wall.
You can see Bethlehem. This is part of Bethlehem, and this is the separation wall that Israel built, because they protect themselves. So this is a Palestinian area, and on the other side there is a Palestinian area. If you can see the separation wall, it's cutting 2 Palestinian areas. And like me, I drive my car every day, but by sudden I stopped by the wall or the checkpoint. And for me, traveling there, it's not easy, because if I want to go from Bethlehem to Jerusalem, I have to ask first for a special permission to go to Jerusalem. And I park my car in somewhere, and I cross the checkpoint, and I go to Jerusalem. And by the way, it's not easy to get a permission. You get it just 2 times in the year, during Christmas and Easter and Ramadan. I mean, the holy celebration of Christians and Muslims. So for me as a Christian, I get it in Easter.
What's that?
Yeah, this is Bethlehem during the Christmas, because I feel very blessed and very special to born in Bethlehem, because Jesus was born in Bethlehem. And this is our celebrations during the Christmas. Our celebration, it's really a challenge for us, because it's really a resistance to say we can celebrate in the middle of the occupation. We can still live in the middle of the occupation, and we are a happy people. We can do whatever we want in the middle of occupation.
So
For
that's
me,
also the reason why you started making
yes,
theater.
that's
advanced
also
theater.
a reason to start making theater. We said by theater we are doing so many things for people. We are acknowledge people for so many things. And if you're doing theater, is really a resistance there that you can tell the occupation. It was once, for me, I went to one of the checkpoints in Bethlehem, and we did a piece there. We perform in the checkpoint. They start pushing us, the soldiers, let us go back. But really, when you do that, you feel you are resist in different way. And for me, as a guy who's doing theater in Palestine, this is my resistance to be a Palestinian and resist the occupation.
Yeah. And actually, the reason why you're here tonight, or why we're having you here, is that you're working as an intern for Backsteinhaus Productions here for 2 months. It's a IFA program for the Middle
I
East.
applied for IFA, and I really was no any theater in Germany, but I applied for IFA, and I was really very lucky to meet Nikki, Christian, and Peli. So I am working with them now for theater performance. It will be on the 5th of March, A Piece of Cake. This is an invitation for everybody to come there as well. It was really a new experience. Yeah, there is flyers everywhere. You can take it and just informations. By the way, I felt very lucky to work with them because it's really a new experience. And for me, we are working, and every time we are perform in a stage in Palestine. But for me, this is the first time I will perform in a building, an old building. They will destroy it in August, by the way, but doesn't matter. I am working with them, and this gives me lots of new ideas to start working on it on Palestine, like doing theater in spaces outside, buildings everywhere in Palestine, and this is good. So it will be a pleasure for me to see everybody's there. This is the first performance that we did in Palestine, Portraits of Fear, it's called, because we call it Portraits of Fear because it was really very hard for us as an artist to do theater in the middle of the war and occupation. We said we want to resist. I think it's too much zooming in.
Danke, Nico.
It was a challenge for every dancer and every actor and actress to be on stage in the end of the second intifada. We call it Portraits of Fear because we want to bring the fear inside everybody outside and just do whatever he feels it's true and powerful.
You developed the text and the whole setting yourself.
What we do in the DR Dance Theater, we gather together and we start brainstorming and put the piece all together, and we give tasks to everybody, like who will direct this show, who will write the text, who will be a dancers, who will be an actor or actress, and we start working in it. Every performance takes us a year because we just practice two days in a week, because otherwise we are volunteers and we have our jobs and our life. But we are very happy we still can do theater, and we still can do something in Bethlehem, Palestine.
That's great. Thank you.
I have 2 minutes video. I prepared it.
I think Jürgen is still fine with the timer.
I will show you. Yeah.
Okay, so our
Come
time
on,
is over.
Jürgen.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.